There we go, that's the rods out. And good morning, welcome back to the DanGoesOutdoors YouTube channel. If you're new around here, ever think about subscribing. I try to put out a video every Sunday morning, so that's what you get in return. And as of putting this video out, we're very nearly at 3,000, so you've been doing me a great favour by subscribing, because I can't wait to get over that number. That would be fantastic. Yeah, today I'm out pike fishing. I'm on a local stretch of river. I say local because we are still in the third lockdown, so you've got to keep your fishing close to home. And I have been fishing a lake that's very nearby here, and sort of as the crow flies, this place is if anything closer to my home. So yeah, I've come out here today. It's a stretch I have fished before, and I've heard there have been some fish being caught in the area, but what I've done is I've not set up right on top of where those fish were caught. This is something that pike anglers need to kind of take on board themselves, is that, you know, you're looking online, you see all the information available, you see that fish have been caught elsewhere. The temptation is set up right on top of them, but yeah, catching pike 2-3 times in a row in a short period of time, it can damage the fish. So yeah, I've decided to come onto the other bank and a little bit further away, just to give those fish a bit of space. And quite frankly, no one caught a monster, so you know, that's what I'm after this winter. So yeah, hopefully that's in front of me today. So while the dead bait rods are sat out there chilling, I've got my lure rod on the go here. It's been out of action for a couple of sessions because the tip eye, the ceramic, broke on the inside. And I actually managed to repair it myself. I just bought a new one and glued it on. I figured it's quite an old rod, so I might as well take a chance of repairing it myself. And yeah, I think I've done a pretty good job there. Well, we're about to find out. Little jig, see if we can drum up some small perch or something while we're waiting. Get in, just a small one, but we'll get them out and have a look at it, because this ground's rock hard with it being frozen solid today. There we go, little lamprey lover. I suppose 4, maybe 5 pounds, something like that. Brilliant on a cold day to actually come out and get a bite in my first swim as well. We've got plenty more to come, I hope, swim wise anyway. Let's hope there's more fish out there, and bigger ones. Wonderful. Let's get it back quick. Wants to get out. Nice. So I managed to get my bait back after that fish, and I quite like using a bait after it's already had a fish on it, because it's all sort of chewed up and smashed up, and there's loads of blood and smell and stuff coming out of it. So we'll get this lamprey straight back out there. Brilliant. So I left that spot downstream, gave it a good couple of hours for one small pike, which is all right considering it's absolutely freezing today. Yeah, I'll bring back a classic. It is cold of MAX's heart. Yeah, I know you guys love that one a couple of videos ago. Yeah, I've come up here to a spot where last time I fished here I did actually, I got a bite in this swim. I lost the fish in the end, but yeah, where you catch pike before is often where you'll catch pike again, so we'll give it a go here. I do need to work my way back towards the car because it's forecast to start raining kind of early afternoon, and I've not brought my brolly down here. I couldn't be bothered carrying it all this distance, and I figured I'll be working my way back that direction anyway. So yeah, it's just started spitting now, so maybe it's coming earlier than expected. So yeah, not sure how much longer we'll spend down here before we run back up that way. It's one of the biggest challenges of the day has just been getting the bank sticks in. It's so cold, the ground's just solid. It's a nice little pike spot here. Got a snag there deflecting a lot of water, so hopefully with a bit of a deep hole in front of it that we'll drop our lamprey into. That'll do. Well, we fished 3 swims down this end of the stretch for 1 fish, which doesn't sound great, but to be honest, on a day like today, I'll take that. But as I said earlier, my brolly's in my car, which is all the way up there, so now it's properly raining. I'll wind in here, we'll go up that way, get the brolly out of the car and find a spot further up that end that we can perhaps settle into for a couple of hours. I've ended up at the far end of this stretch here, and if I'm honest, I'm not particularly buzzing about my chances up here. I've led it around in 2 or 3 swims and just felt like it was a bit shallow, a bit well, a bit nothing really. There's not really any snags, anything moving the current around, any drop-offs, any steep marginal shelves, which is probably my favourite pike feature. But it's where we've ended up. It's nice and comfortable anyway, so I'll drop a couple of rods out. I found that in this peg in particular, down that left hand side there, it's a little bit deeper, so I'll drop a bait in there. I'm going to try a pollen. Yeah, I've not used pollens a lot over the years, so I'm trying to gain a bit of confidence in them. I mean, they certainly look good. They look kind of like a dace or something, so I'm sure they'll work well. And then I'm going to put a mackerel out in the current. Haven't really shown you what I'm doing, but basically it's just a normal sliding ledger rig that you've seen in my videos before. 18 inches of wire, a couple of size 4 trebles, and the reason I'm using 2 rods is because now we're into late January and it's freezing cold. I know I'm going to be spending a little bit longer in each peg, so I might as well put 2 rods out. If I was roving properly, like just giving it half hour in each peg, I'd float fish, so I didn't have to mess about with alarms or whatever. But since we're in the pegs for an hour or 2, I might as well use 2 rods. So there we go, headless pollen. Let's put that down that left hand side. One good sign though is there's some breadcrumb on the floor in the peg here, and if a peg's popular with match anglers and coarse anglers, then maybe there's some silverfish out there already, so perhaps there are pike in the area. Let's hope that's the case. So this one, I kind of feel like I'll have to put it out a bit further to get it into some deeper water where I think the pike might be today. Yeah, it's out there, but it's still pretty shallow. You never know. Well, since we're now landlocked under the brolly here, I thought I'd cover the point I made during my introduction. I perhaps didn't explain it very well, but yeah, I chose to fish a different stretch today to where I know a lot of fish had been caught over the weekend. Part of a couple of fishing Facebook groups in the local area, and yeah, quite a few pike were caught in a particular stretch or spot even. So you might think, well, yeah, well, you'll go there then, that's where you'll catch. But Actually, when it comes to pike, once they've been hammered in a certain area, really you should give them a bit of time, a bit of space. Pike don't respond well to repeat captures, and yeah, they also have this unfortunate thing about them, which is that they are a food fish to a lot of people, shall we say. I won't go into any more detail. So if an area receives a bit too much pressure, publicity if you like, it can eventually happen that people will start taking fish. That's one thing. So you might think that, well, surely you putting out YouTube videos is contributing to that problem, and perhaps it is on some level. So I kind of balance those concerns with the way I do things, which is I always move around. I try not to fish the same stretch twice in a row, and yeah, like I say, when I see that an area's been fished a lot, I'll go somewhere else. And yeah, people will still watch it, find where I am and go there, but I try to not name any venues. To know where I am, you'd probably have to be a local angler anyway, because I don't give much away, I don't say where I am, you know. A Yorkshire river could be a lot of different places. I'm sure a lot of you have actually figured out where it is, but so far you've all been kind enough to keep it out of the comments, which is fantastic, and I thank you all for it. I do think though, on the other hand, that people have to take a bit of responsibility for themselves, and if you see me fishing somewhere, catching somewhere, it's up to you to decide whether you'll go there. It's not for me to tell you to go fish there or to not. It's your choice, and as a responsible angler, you probably should be best thinking, you know what, maybe I'll give it a week or two, like I do when I see people catching well from certain places. I'll note it, but I won't go there the next day or even the next week. I'll maybe go 2-3 weeks down the line when it's quieted off again, and then I'll catch. I also hate catching other people's fish. I like to think that nearly all my captures are off my own back, and yeah, like I said in the intro, no one caught a monster over the weekend. So I've come away from that area hoping that some bigger fish are there. So anyway, yep, that's just a little thing I wanted to say, give you guys a bit of tips if you are just getting into pike fishing. Yeah, balance your need to post your pictures on Instagram and make YouTube videos, which you know, we're in that day and age now. It's 2021. I think people need to realize that we all have every single app and entertainment we need on our phones in our pockets. It's not going anywhere. In fact, if anything, it's just going to get more and more. In fact, only yesterday I did a data protection course. So yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. So what we've got to do is not see it as a problem, but just see it as something that we've all got to bear in mind and take responsibility for, I guess. Anyway, right, that's that. These rods are still out there. Not a lot happening, but we've got about an hour and a half left, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Well, I think even I'm going to knock it on the head there. As fun as it is sitting out in the rain in 2 degrees, that's as warm as it gets now, and it's probably about -1 with a wind chill factor. So yeah, we'll call it a day, as I've been doing during these lockdown sessions, leaving before it's dark and before the peak times of travel as the guidelines state. So yeah, we're winding now, and I think I might be able to get out again before the end of the week. I don't want to go fishing too much because I don't really want to take the mick. I should be staying at home obviously at the moment. So yeah, maybe go out again tomorrow or the day after, something like that, and probably a different stretch as well. Okay, so next day, sorry I'm yelling, we are right next to a motorway. I've come to a different stretch. Yeah, you may think I'm fishing around a bit during this lockdown, but actually to get here, well, to get to the other places, I drive past the turning to get here. So if anything, this is closer. I've just been avoiding it because there's been about 4 meters of meltwater in it at times. So yeah, it's finally fishable. You can see all the debris up the trees and things from the floods. But yeah, we're back here. I've got 2 baits close in, and yeah, I'm gonna get the lure rod going because last time I fished this spot, I got quite a good run of perch, and I wouldn't mind that, or you know, some pike, something like that. That'd be nice. So yeah, we'll get that set up, and yeah, hopefully we'll catch some fish today. So first lure is going to be this little green fry type thing, and yeah, I've not got my jacket on yet because the temperature today is going to get up to 9 degrees. So what a difference a day makes. Yesterday it was like 0, maybe 1 or 2 degrees. Today up to 9. Fantastic. So as you might be able to tell, I've changed my mind a lot since we last spoke. I fished in that swim for about a couple of hours really, cast around with dead baits, fished with a lure rod a lot, didn't get any pike, no perch, no nothing. And I was going to go the other way today, but just as I was thinking about doing that, a guy pulled up and walked off that way with his pike gear. So yeah, I don't really want to fish too close to someone else at the moment, and you know, we'll both no doubt be roving around, so it's just easier just to fish this stretch here, which I've got all to myself. So I ended up doing a really long walk. My glasses are steaming up, I'm boiling, up to the far end. I've caught fish up here before, so let's hope they're here today. Okay, got to take in the first swim. Yeah, really annoying not being in the swim long, and got a good take there, went down the bank, felt the fish was still there, wound down, and I just wound a dead bait back towards me. It must have spat it out, or it was a very small fish because it's quite a big piece of lamprey there, so maybe it just had the head end. Who knows? Let's hope it comes back. Yes, another take finally. Come on. Yes. Stay on, stay on. Stay on, mate. I can see it, I can see it. Oh, it's a big one. Get in. Oh man, that's 2 bites in this spot. I've caught the fish and I got my bait back. Get in. Just a small one, but whatever. There we go. If yesterday's one was a lamprey lover, I think I called it, this one is a pollen pincher. Yeah, brilliant little fish that. Great colours on it. And yeah, we haven't blanked, but I'm after a big one. It's this time of year that the females are starting to get fat, and I really want one of those. Haven't had a proper big one this year yet, so let's hope that's today. Man, you're nicer, you'll do. You'll do us proud. Brilliant. Let's get it back. Well, go on then. Get over the net cord. There you go, mate. Yeah. Well, since we've had a bite on each rod in this swim now, and I got my bait back, we'll reposition this and give it another half hour. So after having a nice chat with the bailiff there, ended up giving that swim probably longer than the half an hour I planned. But I've come down here, a couple of nice spots here with some good snags, deep water close in. I'll put that lamprey back out and then I'm going to put a fresh bait on the other rod, and I'll show you why in a moment. So for this second rod, this kind of washed out pollen here is coming off. I'm going to put this bluey on. Now, I've really gotten into using blueys over the past couple of years. They seem to stay on well, like you can get a really good hook hold in the tail there. And they're super oily. When you cast them out, a huge slick comes up. And I want a really smelly bait because where I'm going to cast this, below it, there's about 30 to 40 yards of solid trees, snags, deep water, all that. So I'm betting if there is a pike along here, it's probably going to be in that area there. So I need to do all I can to bring it out. So I poked a load of holes in it, loads of blood, oil, all sorts coming out of there. And also when I was running ahead of myself, I was putting in little bits of fish there. So hopefully there might even be some pike there already. Let's keep our fingers crossed for a good one. So I did end up casting it out a little bit further than I thought, just to get it in some deeper water. But hopefully that big smelly bait will be pulling pike out of all of these snags down there. Oh, I think we've got a take. Yes, get in. This feels better as well. Oh, let's get it in there quick. This is definitely a better fish. How much better though? Oh, yep. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Oh, while he's coming, just keep teasing it. Keep that there. No, don't do it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's a better fish. That could be a double. Oh, body time. Oh man, that's a nice fish. Typical YouTube guy. I was just sat watching YouTube on my phone and then the alarm starts beeping. I'm like, what's going on? And I know it's a better fish when it pulls the line out of the clip, and it did. It went, picked up rod, boom, it's there. Come on. So as always, everything ready before I get the fish out. Let me show you. My mat, my sling is all wet. Scale zeroed, pliers are there. Roll my sleeves up so I don't take any slime off the fish unnecessarily, and try and wet those up as well. I'll do that more while I'm down there. Right, it could be a double, might not be actually by the looks of it, but still great fish to catch. Let's get it out. Unhooked itself in the net. That goes to show you just got to strike early. If this ain't a double, then we're very close. £10, 4 ounces. I'll take that. Nice. Oh, hey, there we go. A double, just what I wanted today. Man, that's a really nice fish as well. Real clean looking. No marks on it particularly. Couple of little bumps, but not a lot. Brilliant. You are fantastic. Come on. There's the other side. So that tactic of not fishing in the snags but putting a big smelly bait a couple of rod lengths off it obviously worked. I'm sure this fish was laying in those trees and I've managed to drag it out with a nice smelly bluey. So we've had a lamprey lover, a pollen pincher. This can be a bluey biter. Man, you don't want to be bitten on a bluey, do you? I've gone too far. Well, I'm testing new wellies out, that's for sure. Let's get this fish back. That's 2 doubles 2 weeks in a row. Oh, it's ready. Oh, water's coming in my boot. You're worth it though. Get that off your lip. Nice, good release. Oh man, cold water's coming in my boot. Oh, and the other one. I'll take it from me, this water is cold. Man, that might put an end to my session, that, to be fair. Cold feet's no fun in winter, that's for sure. Okay, let's get this bluey back out there. All chewed up and smashed up, but that's how I like it. So that's everything reset, and you know, it's funny, when the bailiff came to talk to me and check my book and everything, first thing he said was, ah, wet net, success. And if he came back now, it'd be wet net, sling, mat, welly liners, socks, the lot. Man, yeah, a bit of a mistake there going in. These are new wellies and are not quite as high as my old ones, but there is like a good 2 foot down from the bank to the water around the edges here, and I wasn't about to drop a 10-pound pike 2 foot down, and the bank isn't really in a position where I could even lay down and lower the fish. So yeah, I had to do what I had to do and suffer the consequence of it. Luckily it's quite a mild day today, you know. I've not had to put my jacket on once. In fact, I even took my hoodie off at one point, but you know, when that sun goes away and the buzz of catching that fish wears off, going around barefooted in wellies in January will soon start getting cold. So we'll play it by ear. I might fish another spot, but if I start getting too cold, I'll have to just do a runner, you know. 2 pike deep and one of them being a 10-pounder. I don't mind going home. So I think this will end up being the last spot of the day. I'm back close to a motorway now, so I'm talking a bit louder. Yeah, we'll drop this lamprey close in down there and maybe stick my bluey out a little bit further. And yeah, let's hope we get a hat trick. If not, we'll give it an hour and call it a day. Ooh, very deep. See if we can make this a hat trick. Come on. Right, on a big fish like this, get over top of them, get some control. If you watched my channel ages ago, like a couple of winters ago, a pike bit me in a really unfortunate place. I'll play that clip now.
Oh, Jesus.
He bit my dick. There we go, another lamprey lover. Same piece I've had on all day. Right, fingers crossed for another Michael Doublé. $10.14, even bigger. Only by a few ounces, but I'll take it, man. Come on, 2 doubles. Woo! Get in. Another double figure fish. Really similar shape and proportions, this one. In fact, I thought it was the same fish when I put it on the mat then. But that last one had a pug nose and was a little bit smaller as well. Oh God, amazing. 2 doubles today. Bang, look at that. Again, real nice, clean fish today. Just wonderful. That is great. Well, if you put them together, they're a 20-pounder. I've probably caught about 25 pound of pike today. Oh man, brilliant. Thanks for coming out today. Get in. Well, since everything's wet already, I've just got in with this fish. What a beast, beautiful. Man, you're the best. So after putting that fish back, all my stuff was all over the place anyway, and I wasn't going to give it much longer, so I decided to pack away. That's all my gear down. And yeah, to local anglers or to anyone who recognises that spot, because admittedly with the motorway being there and that, you can probably figure out where it is. If I can just politely ask that we keep the venue out of the comments. Pike are very sensitive to recapture, especially at this time of year. In about sort of 3 to 4 weeks time, they'll be spawning, and yeah, if we catch the big females too many times now, that won't happen. So yeah, let's keep it to ourselves. Let's not damage the future of a population down here. But anyway, fantastic day. Really made up for yesterday, the absolute grind that it was to come out today, get 3 bites and 2 of them to be doubles. Man, I've absolutely loved it. As with all my videos that I made during lockdown, I'll put a link to the Angling Trust website in the description. So if you do want to go out, you can check that, make sure you're doing it legally. I'm very lucky, I'm realizing that now, that all of these venues are within a short drive of my house, so it's just fantastic for me, and I know a lot of you guys don't have that option. So yeah, I really feel for you, and I just hope we get through this nice and quickly. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.